Thanks so much again, you guys. We're really, really happy you're here this morning. This is a real important morning, and actually, before we get diving in, I think we would be remiss if we did not have a moment of silence for what today represents. September 11th, I don't think I have to tell any of you. But if you guys are okay with that, we'll have a moment of silence to honor those that are no longer with us. Excellent. Thank you guys so much. Really appreciate that. We are going to kick today off with Miss Michelle Lancaster, our Assistant County Manager. She's going to come up and give us an update on all of the important business going on in the county.
Thank you, Melissa. Good morning. Thank you all for coming today. It was I know you had this on your schedule, which is why we decided to do a little change in what is normally offered at InfoShare. Want to talk just a little bit because I know there was a news story today and some of you are interested in the governance structure of MeckLINK and the changes that we're going to be experiencing before April 1st of 2014. And at yesterday's public policy workshop, the board, there was consensus, not a vote, but consensus of direction given for us to issue an RFQ, a request for qualifications, to 3 MCOs in the state of North Carolina: Cardinal, MCO, Partners, and Alliance. And there were lots of questions that the board had and lots of questions that staff are beginning to develop that will be presented to the board at their meeting next Tuesday for action. So Tuesday night, September the 17th, they have a board meeting at 6 o'clock where you can watch it online, you can come down and see it in person, but where we expect that they will take action to direct us to issue that RFQ and to get responses and to consider a merger with another MCO in the state of North Carolina. And today I'll be at one of these tables, and if you have questions about that separately, we can talk about that in more detail, but wanted to highlight that since that's something that has been in the news. Now I want to talk about why we're here today, aside from the normal InfoShare and information sharing business. I have received some complaints from providers in the community, and some of our board members have received complaints that have been relayed to us, and really wanted to have an opportunity for everyone to come together at a time that you normally have scheduled to do information sharing, and that's a two-way information sharing, you to us and us back to you as an organization. And so while it looks very festive and party atmosphere, these balloons have meaning, and you'll see that later. Melissa will let you know there's a legend, and each division is represented, and we have a great number of staff here who are here to listen to you and to answer questions if they are easy to answer and for the good of the group at the time, to schedule meetings one-on-one with providers if you have issues. And what I would say to you is no question is too small, no question is too big. This is your opportunity to let us know what concerns or issues you have with this new organization that has only been in existence for 7 months as a managed care organization. We are not perfect by any means, but we do some things right. I feel pretty sure about that, and we would love to hear those stories as well. But we do want to know when we're not getting it right, because all it does is make us better. And none of us are here because we want to be the richest person in the world, or we don't want to help people. I think everybody in this room is here for the same reason. You didn't get into the business you're in because you didn't want to help people. And so we want to make this MCO as strong as we can, no matter what the governance outcome is moving forward. How can MeckLINK be the strongest that it can be? And I really welcome your input into that. So not only do you have the divisions represented, but you also have management here. You have MCO management that will be up front, and then I'm here, and we have 2 board members, Commissioner Trevor Fuller and Commissioner Kim Ratliff, who are here to listen and to talk to you as well. So please take the opportunity to do that. And also, as Melissa said, take the opportunity to talk to each other and share information and get to know each other. I think that's a great opportunity that we don't always get in our day-to-day lives. And again, thank you so much for coming, and take the opportunity to introduce yourself to me. If I don't know you, I recognize a lot of you. I know a lot of you and a lot of the organizations that you represent, but please take a minute. I'll be here the entire morning and look forward to hearing from you. So thank you.
Thank you, Michelle. And now I'm going to invite Sandy Dupuy up for CFAC information.
Thank you. Good morning. let's see, I wanted to tell you this morning, I've already talked a little bit about the first responder project that we did, and I wanted to follow up to say a little bit more about that, not a great deal more. And for the sake of the commissioners who are here who probably don't know what this project is, there are certain providers who are clinical home providers, and one of the things that means is that they have a responsibility to be available to the people they serve 24 hours a day, 365 days of the year. And so CFAC started a project 7 years ago, where we would, at least once a year, call those clinical home providers to see if, in fact, that was working, if someone was available. And so we have completed that study, and what I wanted to do today is recognize the people who were successful, because sometimes we don't get credit when we do it right. We get fussed at when we do it wrong. So I wanted to tell you who was successful. And so let me do that. Well, before I do that, let me tell you, we called 58 providers. We didn't call every clinical home provider, but a large selection of them. And the bad news that I told you last time is that half of those providers failed and half were successful. And most of these providers, 46 of them were CABAs, and CABAs have a particular responsibility to be available 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. So this is not good news, and the MeckLINK staff will be working with those providers who were not successful to make sure that they can improve and do it right. But I did want to read out the names of the successful providers, and if any of those staff are here today, if you just wave your hand when I call out your name so people will know where you are, that would be great. And for those of you who were not successful, you might call one of these lines sometime at night and see how they're doing it right. Because for the CABAs, most of them just answer right away and say, yes, this is provider, how can I help you? And that's what we want to hear. That's what we want to hear. So, for our success stories, Advanced Behavioral Center, Alexander Youth Network, ARJ, where is she back there? Anuvia Prevention and Recovery Services, Brandmark, Carolina Family Comprehensive Services, Catawba Valley Behavioral Health, Community Helps Network, Comprehensive Community Care, Daymark Recovery Service, Easter Seals UCP, Echelon Care, Family First Community Services, way back there, Family Innovations, Gaston Adolescent Center, Heartfelt Alternatives, Maxim Healthcare Services, Nature's Reflections, New Leaf Adolescent, No Bonds Care, Outreach Management, Serenity Counseling and Resource Center, SunPath, Support Inc., Therapeutic Alternatives, True Behavioral Health Care, back there, Turning Point Homes, Upward Change Health Services, and Yelverton's Enrichment Services. So thank you all so much. I really do thank you from the bottom of my heart. Oh, wait. I almost forgot. Melissa got out of my line of view. Melissa Quick is here, and she is the director of Mobile Crisis Services. And sometimes in the past, people have had mobile crisis services as an alternative on their crisis line. And this year, hardly anyone did. And she wants to explain to you how to properly use mobile crisis as a resource. Does that say it right?
Good morning, guys. How are you? I just wanted to take a real quick minute because with regards to the first responder responsibility and explain how mobile crisis can help where we can't, and just give a quick overview of how we can be a resource to you guys. If you have in your contract or you are doing an enhanced benefit, you need to read the service definition to see if you have that responsibility. Please, 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 staff members who are providing those services need to be aware of what that responsibility is. We've called case managers to see if they wanted to go and respond, and we've heard things like, well, I was just there yesterday, or I'm planning to go tomorrow, or what do you mean first responder? I don't even know what that means. So, so mobile crisis can still come. And if there is no other alternative, we're going to come, because the most important thing is that that person gets seen. But if there is some specific danger that you're concerned about, then you can call us, and we have easy access to the police. We work very close with them. We carry their radios, so we can get them at a moment's notice to be where we need them to be. And if there is something that is extraordinary, then you can give us a call and we can still respond. Some providers had thought that they could not use mobile crisis at all. We need to be the second alternative, not the first. So you guys are still the first alternative, but if in your clinical judgment there is something that is extraordinary, then you can absolutely give us a call. We have had providers tell their staff members to never call us, and we've had clients of those agencies call us from the parking lot. So, so you can still use us if you need us. And I think that's pretty much the main thing for right now. The other thing that I do want you to know is that we respond to stuff other than just mental health, substance abuse, and developmental disabilities. So if you have a family member who has a cousin who's in trouble, or that's not maybe your direct client, or there's been a death in the family, we help with death notifications, car accidents, evictions, any type of crisis you could possibly imagine. We go on scene and help with those. So those are also events that you could give us a call that may be out of your scope of what you do for us to assist as well. If you have any questions, I'll be here all morning as well. Don't hesitate to give me a call or shout out, and I'll answer any questions you have. Thanks.
Thank you. And next we have Ashley, the Provider Council President.
Good morning. I have two announcements. Next Wednesday, September the 18th, is going to be our subcommittee day. We have the training and education subcommittee that will meet from 8:30. That's a time change, so please note that, 8:30 to 10. And then provider network and quality is from 10 to 11:30. So we have two changes in the time. And we are meeting at the Watkins Center, 3500 Ellington, in the multipurpose room. So we hope to see you there. And then please put on your calendar for Wednesday, October the 2nd, after the info share, we will actually have our quarterly general membership meeting, and we will be voting in new organizations for Provider Council seats. We have 3 vacant seats, and so we need you to be there in order to hear what these organizations have to say and who you want to nominate in to support us in the provider network. So if you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to email or call me, Jalali Carr, or Kelly Husson, with questions. Thank you.
How many of you guys were here a couple months ago when we talked about a new, excuse me, I'm too loud, community tagline? You guys remember we were talking about community tagline? Well, we got a lot of submissions, and we settled on one that we thought was an excellent fit. And along with that, we have launched a video that we created. It's an animated video that we did for MeckLINK, and it is simply an explanation of what MeckLINK is and how we help. And we wanted to premiere that with you all today. And I'll give you a heads up that the consumer, it's a true story, true success story. The voiceover is himself speaking, telling his story. And at the very end, you'll see the tagline, and it's been done in motion graphics. And we will have on our website in the next coming days a graphic package that you all can download and utilize in your own marketing efforts. We'll be doing some more videos like this, and we hope you'll use them.
Hi, my name is Mark, and I'm here to tell you about MeckLINK Behavioral Healthcare. They are sort of like a health insurance company. You see, I have autism and a mood disorder called bipolar, and these conditions can make my life challenging sometimes. With the help of MeckLINK and my service providers, I've learned to use coping and recovery skills every day. I just graduated from high school and I have a job with a local sports team. Part of my paycheck goes to the same place that part of your paycheck goes, toward taxes that help pay for services for me and others like me. Some of the conditions that make it difficult to succeed without help include schizophrenia, cerebral palsy, eating disorders, addictions, traumatic brain injuries, depression, and anxiety. MeckLINK is responsible for making sure children and adults with these special needs get the right treatment and support to meet their life goals. The Division of Medical Assistance, usually called Medicaid, along with the state of North Carolina, have an agreement with MeckLINK to manage the money. After MeckLINK connects me with the right service provider, they reimburse that provider for the services I received. This is called a managed behavioral health care system. This system ensures that the healthcare professionals are providing the right type of service at the right time and to the right person for the right personal outcome at the right cost. Mental illness, intellectual and developmental disabilities, and substance abuse conditions are treatable. For more information, please contact MeckLINK's 24-hour customer service call center at 704-336-6404. MeckLINK Behavioral Healthcare. Our voice, our lives, our community.
So the Our Voice, Our Lives, Our Community, that's the tagline. And we hope that I'll be pulling out, I'll have a graphic package that doesn't have the MeckLINK Behavioral Health Pair, but just has the Our Voice, Our Lives, Our Community. If you guys are interested in having something like this created for you, you can let me know. I can help get you to the people who do that. If you're interested in this video, using it, and potentially putting your name, provider, tagline at the end, you can talk to me about that too, because I may be able to help in that regard as well. So that is our video. So let me walk you through what's going to happen today. So today is all about exchange stations, and each one of the tables along the walls are divided by the MeckLINK divisions. So you have claims and finance, provider accountability, provider relations. You have all the different ones around the room, and we'll put the last slide actually will have the key, so you know which colors is which station. So the employees are going to invite you guys, if you have specific questions, to come over to the table. If there's a bigger group of you, they're going to appoint somebody to ask their question. We want to make this a general question that may help others around you. And they're going to repeat the question. They're probably going to ask you your name and the name of your provider agency so that they can make sure that when they answer, they're responding for the appropriate organization, since different organizations have different procedures. So they want to make sure that we get that. They're also taking all the questions and they're writing them down, and we're going to compile a document that will be on our website that you guys will be able to see later in the week. If you have something that's very personal, very specific, something that's consumer related, that's a private matter, they also have a person at the table who's taking down names and phone numbers for you to set up a personal face-to-face meeting. So we encourage you to do that. If you have something that that is a lengthy question that is a little longer to explain or requires more sort of documentation, then they will probably also say thank you and get your name and recommend that you take do a personal meeting. Around the room, we'll have different floaters from the different departments. So if you didn't get your question answered and you see someone with a MeckLINK tag, feel free to grab them, say, I didn't get my question answered, and they'll push you to the right place or show you the right department. And then this is an excellent opportunity that we're hoping that many of you all will take advantage of. So it's always kind of easy to complain or get upset and give negative feedback. But we know that there's a lot of positive stories, just like Mark's that was on the video, that nobody hears about. Maybe you have a consumer that has stepped through the process and is like Mark and now has a job. Maybe you have an employee who has worked closely with a MeckLINK employee and they've grown in their job. Maybe you have, maybe there was a consumer that had a complaint and they contacted our consumer advocacy group, and maybe they just misunderstood something, and our group was able to give them an education on what they were missing, and then they were able to turn around and educate you as the provider. We want to hear those stories. So what we would like to encourage you to do is the video camera and the microphone, they're going to move outside, and if you have a story that you'd like to share that's of a positive nature, we encourage you to go out and they'll speak with you and you'll probably answer some questions, and we'll get you guys on camera. And we're hoping to utilize this in all sorts of positive ways. So we hope that you'll take advantage of that. And here are your topic stations with the colors that match the balloons. And so the whole rest of the time is for you guys. So if you'll just meet each other, meet other MeckLINK people, and we will we'll move forward together in this partnership. And I'm going to hand it over to Michelle, who has another remark.
Thank you. Thank you. Before we get started, I would like to give you the opportunity at this time, if there are things that you would like to ask, or if there are comments for the good of the entire group that aren't as appropriate for a particular station, this is an opportunity for you to do that. So if anybody has a question, again, nothing too small, nothing too large, something that you want everyone to hear, it can be a comment or a question, this would be an opportunity for you to do that. Any takers?
Yeah, we can bring you the mic.
Yes.
Hey everybody. Hey. A lot of faces I'm familiar with. Libby Safert with Teen Health Connection. I just want to thank our commissioners for being here. This is really, really important. It's so much bigger than just us as providers. This is about our entire community and how important mental health is to our complete physical health. And, you know, these are a lot of times our kids that we're talking about, families, and thank you. Just the very fact that you're here means a lot, and I know to me, and I'm sure to the other folks that are here, so a shout out to our commissioners.
Anybody else? Okay, well, everybody will be at their stations, so please go and ask your questions, share your information, and make contact with whoever you think is appropriate. Thank you.